Good morning from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. The time is 10:34 a.m. on the 11th of August 2024. This is actually my second attempt to make a vlog for today because the first one blipped off without me touching anything, which is deeply annoying. But on we go and on we go. I was in the middle of telling you how quickly time has evaporated out from under me this year, and I was advising you all to cherish every moment with your true friends and your true beloved ones, and just savour and delight in every moment and make it stretch for eternity, because each moment, beautiful moment, full of love and joy and bliss with people who genuinely love you, is how you build a beautiful life, you know. It's very important. And then I got blipped off. I was like, what? How dare you interfere in my my thought processes. Anyway, I was trying to show you a photograph of my cat Penny, which we were having struggles with because reflection. But basically, if I get out of the way, you can kind of see her. But anyway, I hope you can see her. And we'll carry on reading intrepidly because I can, and I'm intrepid. Today's date, 2024, I posted a photo of my CPAP machine results. I slept for 9 hours and 49 minutes. I had 2.6 events per hour. That means stop breathing 2.6 times per hour, which is still not all that good actually, but better than stopping breathing 37 times an hour. So here I wrote, I feel slightly better after a very long sleep last night. I only slept 3 hours 17 minutes the previous night after my wild dance. I was so soul enervated. So I crashed last night at about 8 p.m. and yeah, here we go. So I mentioned about the stopping breathing 2.6 times, even with the CPAP mask blowing air into my lungs. I suppose it's an improvement on me shutting down 37 times each hour. Choose life, keep breathing. Yeah, whatever. But I am doing well. Using the mask each night, even though I hate it, except for pee breaks, which there were only 2 last night. Also great as I slept so long. So fingers crossed, the Tanya is on the up and up and my health keeps improving. 6 to 12 months before I will know for certain. So I'm kind of teetering on that diving board into the abyss, feeling a bit frustrated because I want to move forward with my life, but I'm still kind of stymied by waiting to see what the CPAP mask will do and device will do for me. But it's been just over 5 weeks now. So apart from having this big spiral down in my health last week, which was not pleasant, won't go into details with that, but not pleasant, I think I'm getting better again, hopefully, fingers crossed. I certainly had the wild dance on Friday night, as I normally do, so that was showing a fair bit of Mama T stoicism and determination. And I do feel moderately better today. I'm still a bit raspy in my chest, but that's from the machine, so I don't know how long that's going to go on. When did I get this new machine? 31st of July, and it's now the 11th. So it's almost 2 weeks. Last time it resolved after 2 weeks. So let's hope so, because I feel a bit kind of shot to pieces in my lungs. But, as I said, it's not too bad. Just coughing up slime constantly. Anyway, the remedy for that will be mullein tea, which I haven't been taking. So I don't know why I didn't think about that till now. Get the mullein tea into me and that'll bring all the rubbish off my lungs. Anyway, here we go. So sitting out here, I had Charlie on my hand and she's pulled out all her feathers from the waist down, but I took great delight in noticing that she's got flecks of emerald green at the bottom where all her baldness starts, the little green specks in her feathers. So I wrote about it and then I posted a photo, but they're going to be hard to see with all the reflection. But they're there, little flecks of green. Anyway, if you want to see that, if you're a Facebook friend, you're better off looking at the photo on Facebook or on my Vocal Media, because it doesn't show up outside on the laptop, unfortunately. But yeah, they were astonishing. They were like little tiny flecks of sparkly green. And Charlie, you is a pretty bird. Yes, you are. If you didn't pull out all your waist feathers from the waist down, you'd be even prettier. You'd look like a real lorikeet. She says, Mama, I do what I want, whatever. She does. She truly does. Whatever she wants, whatever. So, yes. 11th of August, 2023. Today has been very stressful. Problems with my AGL account. They have $268 in credit on my gas account and $160 in credit on my electricity account, but their system has still increased my fortnightly payments, which is really kind of, criminal in a way. Then they claimed the new amounts were not paid. I had to authorise it by voice imprint. My nerves are shattered and I feel seriously that I am being scammed, as there have been major issues with my account before. They once had to refund me over $1,000. So here I write, I don't trust them or any multinational company that we the people are reliant on for our gas and electricity. The bills must be paid, but I am increasingly treated with rudeness, malfeasance or incompetence across the board, not just energy companies. It's very frightening, but as usual I hold my ground whilst paying my way. I pay and pay and pay. We all do. Apart from that distress, it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining, it's getting a little windy, I am alive, I'm looking forward to dancing at 5 Rhythms this evening. Moving on is not the same thing as giving up. 9:29 p.m, home from the 5 Rhythms dance. It was wonderful to shake off those daemons, jinns and dark fae. I saw some lovely acquaintances from my former ecstatic dance space too. The view across the Brisbane River at the South Brisbane Sailing Club was delightful too. There was an amazing lightning, thunder and lightning storm blowing through, and the whole sky, the whole vista, looking out the windows across the city, the whole sky was lit up with lightning, and it was just exquisite. It was worth being there for that sight alone, aside from the actual dance. In fact, I took some time out to rest from the wild dancing to just enjoy the view. It was just so astonishingly, stunningly beautiful. again, one of those moments that you stretch out for eternity and store in your memory banks, you know. It was just gorgeous. My favourite band, Alter Egos. My handsome, gorgeous, talented men are playing at Brooklyn Standard tonight. They don't start until 11 p.m, but I think I am spent after my wild shamanic dancing. Hopefully I catch them next time. It's a shame because sometimes on the rare occasions I go to the Five Rhythms, I still go to Alter Egos afterwards. But yes, that takes a lot out of me because then I'll have already done 2 hours of wild, frenetic, ecstatic type dancing at Five Rhythms, and then another 3 hours with the band. It's 5 hours of intense energy flow and output, and it kind of kills me. But again, maybe when my CPAP works, I'll have more energy and I'll be able to do both events on a Friday night. I think Five Rhythms is only once a fortnight at West End, or at South Brisbane there. Well, it's West End, but they call it South Brisbane Yacht Club. So anyway, we'll see what we can do. We will see what the Tanya can do when she's stronger and fitter and healthier, and by the gods I'll be dangerous. It'll be delightful, literally delightful. It's almost a shame I don't have a lover, isn't it? The energy I could put into that. But never mind, the time's not right for that. I have to heal myself as best as I can, and if after all the healing and work I've done for myself, the gods still deny me a loving partner, then I guess, just have to accept it and shrug my shoulders and keep rolling on as I've been doing for the last 14 years since the last relationship breakup. It's all good, people of Earth. I can survive alone. I just don't want to be alone anymore. But it is survivable because I've lived on my own for 29 and a half years. So it is indeed a lifestyle that I'm well accustomed to. Anyway, I wrote, hopefully I catch them next time. Time for a nice cup of tea or a hot chocolate and revert to middle-aged crondom. 11th of August 2022, 1:11 p.m. What news from the angels? I've been pulling my chandelier I placed in the garden apart. It finally rusted, but I'm going to see if I can clean up the crystals to recycle them into sun catchers. My cleaning lady just left. Now the day yawns beyond me like a great chasm. I feel heavy and exhausted today, but I need to go buy groceries, so I better finish pulling apart the chandelier and get myself to the shops. Need to do that today too. Hate buying groceries. But anyway, yeah, I've got mince out. I've got enough to cook for dinner tonight. I guess I could go one more day without having to go to the shops. That's how much I hate it. I put it off till it's absolutely, necessary. It's a beautiful sunny day. No wind, just lovely. Lovely day today too, but it's there is a bit of a, it's just dropped, but there is a bit of wind today. But at least it's not bitingly cold like the August winds normally are. So that's something. 11th of August 2022. Aroha Nui, which is Māori for much, lots of love. Look what my beautiful cousin Megan Phillips She descended from a chief of the Ngapuhi tribe, my beautiful rongoa healing cousin, who has been such a delight and a comfort to me in recent years since we found each other on Facebook via my much beloved genealogist cousin, may his dear soul rest in peace, Robert Ivan Phillips, who actually was my father's first cousin, but they never met each other. I had thought I was completely alone in the world, with no family members ever loving me, and look who the ancient ancestors that love me, the gods, the spirits of pure intent, brought me. Many cousins on all sides of my family, the most loving, determined lights who buoyed me up when, after decades of trauma, the Tanya ran out of mana. Blew life back into me as my dearest, closest friends have always done. I am so blessed, so grateful for the aroha nui. Much, much love. Thank you, Megan, for your beautiful hand-woven kete and the pani pani for my arthritis and the magnesium oil. Also for the delicious New Zealand Whittaker's chocolate. Blessed be. She makes them by hand, the kete and the rongoa she made specifically for me. Gorgeous girl, gorgeous woman. I just say gorgeous girl because it rhymes, alliteration, but at our age we're long past being young girls, we're women. So instead of gorgeous girl I should say wonderful woman, so still have the alliteration. But there's something cute about still being called a gorgeous girl, so I'll stick with that. My gorgeous girl, my cousin. Right, that lipstick's no good either because it's slimy when I just touched it. I'm trying to find a lipstick that doesn't smear everywhere, all over me and all over my male friend when I kiss his cheek, because it's embarrassing. I thought, my God, he goes home probably with lipstick smeared over his face and it looks bad and he hasn't done anything wrong except me kiss him on the cheek. So I'm conscious of that too. So anyway, but this is kind of a glossy one, so I know not to kiss anyone on the cheek with this now because I'll just smear. Anyway, first world problems, but it is annoying. There's nothing worse than lipstick smeared all over someone. Like if my husband came home to me with lipstick smeared all over him, I'd be like, what have you been doing? And you know what? It's completely innocent. But it doesn't look innocent at all. It looks bad. It looks very bad. But maybe I'm projecting because, I am a bit sweet on him. But anyway, I'll have to behave myself or get a lipstick that doesn't smear because, I went home looking like a clown the other day. It was all over my face. I was like, oh dear goddess. No one can take you seriously when you look like a clown. So there is that. 11th of August 2019. I said, oh look at this look on his face. It's hilarious. The bow. Don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Well, anyway, he's giving me the most sarcastic look, and I didn't even dogs could do sarcasm, but it's a very sarcastic look. It's brilliant. And so I said, Bobo, look at me, smile for the camera. I got this very suspicious look. He was looking so cute before I called attention to him. Damn it. Yeah, he used to hate having his photo taken. So if he was conscious that I had my iPhone, I was about to take a photo, he'd pull faces, and it was kind of hilarious. Oh, I miss him. I miss all his mean faces he used to pull at me for, for stealing his soul with my camera. Poor Beauregard. Here I write, this is still in, what year was that? 2019. Jerry Epstein is dead in an apparent suicide. Another foul predator bites the dust but evades justice. I'm going to turn this around because I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm in shadow. I just got to move my chair and move everything. Am I still in shadow? Yeah. Oh, well, in that case, I'll leave it the status quo. We'll stay as we are. We'll stay as we are. Another foul predator bites the dust but evades facing justice. His victims know the truth, though. He cheated them out of their day in court, but the retribution will not end with his death, suicide or otherwise. His conspirators, allegedly Prince Andrew amongst them, better get ready. Your little girls are women now, and we will have our retribution. Go get 'em, women. Our divine feminine has risen, but first she needs to clean house. Well, we know how that ended up. Victoria Giuffre got paid out, what was it? 50,000 or 50 million, I can't remember which it was, to be honest. She got paid out and he got away with it. It's royalty and what the wealthy elites do, isn't it? Don't take responsibility for their actions, just pay hush money. It's disgraceful. But anyway, the Queen upped and died not long after all of that. I'm sure that contributed to her death too. All that stress and worry and upset over having a creep for her son, especially since he was her favourite son. So there is that. I actually do pity Elizabeth II. That was a dreadful state of affairs. Trying to capture that photo of Penny again, but I don't think it worked, so moving on. 11th of August 2018, 8:30 a.m. I've gotten through the night without needing any more Panamax for the upper stomach, reflex, esophagus pain. No more vomiting, but feel weak still, and asthma is bad this morning. Ergo, my lungs are congested. I slept from 10 p.m. until 1 p.m, then was awake for about an hour Facebooking, then went back to sleep, so about 9 hours sleep. Hopefully today will be a better day. I'm frankly scared to eat now. I did have some yogurt last night to try to line my stomach after the bad attack, i.e. put some good flora in there. Oh, and a lemonade at 1 a.m. which just tasted of bicarbonate soda, which I'd sipped on at 6 p.m. to try to quell the epic waves of pain. Hello, beautiful boy. Butcherbird's here singing to us. Gonna sing to me some more? Come on. He's so gorgeous. I love that bird. Love you. Yes, I love you all. Anyway, where was I? If I have another bad attack, last night's was bad, but not as painful as Wednesday, I will take myself to the hospital. I'm hoping to avoid that as I worry about my animals. Anyway, another day back in the psychedelic dream, swirling my colours, fighting my fight, smiling into oblivion with both feet anchored to the earth, keeping bright and positive, in a slowly dying body, but shucking that off as I still have things to look forward to one day, eh? L'chaim from the Tanya, Jewish, Viking, goddess, zombie, creature of the night and of light. I got this. Moana wrote, try bone broth, Miss Tanya, on an empty stomach. And Sally Castle wrote, so sorry you're not well, Tanya, take care. Laura wrote, feel better soon. Aren't they gorgeous? Turned out I had gallstones, so I didn't feel better. I had to have them cut out of me, and oh my God. Oh, that was an awful, awful surgery. The pre-admission abuse just alone was, I don't even know why I still went ahead with turning up for the surgery. I should have told them all to fuck off and go to hell, but I was so desperately ill. I actually feared dying, so I put myself through that ordeal. Should not have. Really should not have. And I did actually die briefly after the surgery, so as my lungs shut down, which, you know, one of the red-headed male anaesthetists actually told me could happen. So he was actually right about that. Anyway, here we are 5 years later, still kicking on, babies. Mama's still kicking on, strutting her stuff. A very, very powerful spirit, very powerful, and I've learned to trust my body too, that she knows she has her own consciousness too. Though sometimes we're not always in alignment, and I want other things. My spirit, my soul wants other things, and my body's like, can't give that to you, Tanya. I just, it's not in our capacity. Maybe next life, and you kind of have to laugh. But anyway, I continue writing. I went dancing last night. Felt fine until I got home. The heartburn started up again. I had eaten a kebab. I had also had a bath in Epsom salts because of sore feet and legs. So at 5 a.m, the familiar burning in my chest started, and so I thought, oh my God, no. I found some reflux medication I had not taken in a long time. It usually is useless. I sipped on some milk, sat upright for half an hour. Fortunately, the pain went away without escalating. I was exhausted from dancing, so I lay down and went to sleep. Definitely will be back to the doctor this week, as my gourd is out of control. Hopefully I won't need an operation. Denial's a long river in Africa, isn't it? Anyway, apart from the unpleasant and frankly scary heartburn attacks which are happening too frequently now, I had a great night, smiley face. Oh, and funny story. I googled gourd, and everything I love to eat has been a contributor. I have to give up. Chocolate. No! Onions and garlic. Tomatoes, alcohol, lemonade, or carbonated drinks, which is nuts, as I was drinking that to soothe the pain. Fried foods, which I crave hot chips often. So my body has been wanting the very things which will make me worse. That's what I mean about being out of alignment with my own body, craving things that are actually fucking potentially killing me. And and yet somehow, even though I still eat chocolate and the occasional tomatoes and the occasional alcohol and the occasional carbonated drinks, I seem to be doing better these days. Maybe. Anyway, I'll just have to be careful. Even the healthy meal I cooked yesterday had onions and garlic in it. I always cook with those. My food is going to be bland without it. And yeah, I've literally had to stop cooking with them, with onions and garlic, because I get so violently ill after, which is a shame because I've always had garlic as like a natural antibiotic, and I love cooked onions. So I had some the other day and I actually held them down, which was great, but it's touch and go. Sometimes I can tolerate them, but most of the time, nah, full. Anyway, I continue writing. Oh, and apparently gourd makes your asthma worse too. It's odd that I had not realised the two things were related to the stomach issues. Anyway, I will get my carcass to the doctor during the week and get more Nexium and tell her that my gourd is much, much worse. It is possible I may need surgery. Ugh. My friend Kellyanne wrote, "Feel better soon, sister." Today's gift's from Sacred Space, and it's a lovely photo of my jasmine in flower, which is lovely, and I grew it as a nod to the fact that I named my daughter Jasmine. I don't think you can see the photo, so we won't waste time with that. It's all in bud at the moment. I see one little flower out already. So that's a Shehekianu special blessing Jews say for the first time, the first fruits of the season, or the first time something happens in each year. It's wonderful. That loud banging is my washing machine, so it might land on Mars sometime soon. It's quite loud. I'm going to have to move it. It's obviously knocking against the little thing I've got next to it for shelves. An old baby change table I use for shelving. Laughing my ass off, T.D. Aarons gets changed to Tsarina by autocorrect. Russian for princess, or is it queen? I am named after the queen of the forest fae, Titania or Tatiana. Not an easy path, bearing the moniker of both magical elemental queens and Jewish mystical, mostly misogynistic texts. Gewalt, I refer to the Tanya, which is a Chabad text. I hope my royal forest queen is pleased with my manifestations of human potential. Be a queen in the midwinter's daydream and fear no man but God, who fortunately isn't a man either and has no gender, but I was waxing poetic there. I'm having a power surge in spite of my weak lungs, legs and upper chest stomach area. The Tanya is a force de resistance. No pain meds today, but have not dared eating yet either. Facing my own gut with trepidation, feeling a strong, vital life force within me. It came out of nowhere. So thank you to my healers and the Holy One. My mind might be cracked, but by the gods, her will is strong. The test will come when I eat something more substantial than yogurt. As my psychiatrist agrees about my occasional suicidal ideations and desire to ultimately die with dignity after the lifetime of abuse I have suffered, I simply will not cede control over this body to anyone, not even God, whom I do still miraculously believe in, and cut deals and or beg for an easy passing into the next paradigm. Be'ezrat Hashem. So far, so good. We are kicking this current illness to the ether, and I will be riding this body again in full glory until the end of my story, until the next wave of obsolescence hits me. Then I am not nearly so brave, but still deliciously fierce. Craving a hearty meal in spite of my gastrotic corpulent corruptions. Choose life, l'chaim. I crawled out of bed to cook, so perhaps I will feel better later. And I posted a photo of a very nice looking tagine I had made. Really yummy looking. Mama T has feasted on a big bowl of chicken tagine. Now she is shaking, but so far, the food is settling, she hopes. Feeling weak after the effort of cooking and doing most of the dishes, they snuck up on me again, so I had to. Gonna lie down in my hammock and watch a movie on Gaia about hoodoo, the United States of hoodoo. Interesting. 11th of August 2017. Charlie in the kookaburra. Mr. Crow was nearby too, but he flew off when I came inside. They were positioned in a perfect triangle, lol. I can't even see at all that photo, so you'll just have to take my word for it. Close up, he is interested in Beauregard's bone, the crow that is. Then I took a photo of Bobo gnawing on his bone and I wrote, "Enjoy it while it lasts, dog. Those birds of prey are after your hoard." Then I shared a meme that I had made, Shabbat Shalom, which meant it was Friday evening. My friend Kellyanne wrote, "You might have to start adding the English interpretation of these phrases for your uninitiated and completely Judaism and formal religion language ignorant followers, e.g. yours truly, because I got no idea what you're saying, winky face," which is fair enough. It means Sabbath peace. Then I wrote, "Thanks for explaining, Louise, kiss." Yes, Kellyanne. Judaism is a deep and complex subject. I've been an avid student of it all my life. I am less observant these days, but I still like the notion of wishing my fellow Jews, and by extension my non-Jewish friends, a happy, peaceful Sabbath. Our Sabbath begins at sundown on Friday night and ends at sundown. That's annoying. I can't deal with this. Mama T. Try to obliterate some of the noise from that bloody machine. My God, we're already in Mars now. Even the Martians are like, "Can you quiet that crap down, please, Tanya?" Yes, I'm trying. Anyway, where was I? Our Sabbath begins at sundown on Friday night and ends at sundown, actually 30 minutes after sunset on Saturday night. Our days begin at sunset, not sunrise, like in other religions. We still have many ancient Babylonian traditions integrated in our religion. For example, the names of the months of the year. Our year begins at Passover, Pesach, the spring harvest in the northern hemisphere. But our spiritual new year, Rosh Hashanah, which literally means the head of the year and begins the 10 days of awe usually falls in September, although it varies depending on, our lunar calendar, and if we're having a catch-up year like we are this year, where we had 2 months of Adar to bring it into alignment with the rest of however the rabbis work out our calendar. It's very complicated. We follow the lunar calendar, as did or do the pagans. Jews traditionally rest on the Shabbat. No work is allowed to be done. Orthodox Jews don't even use electricity because it's considered like the equivalent of lighting a fire or striking a match or creating fire, which is considered work in our religion. So they can't. They have to preset everything, or they get someone they call a Shabbos goy to come and turn the lights on or use electricity, get the electricity going for them. It's all a bit kind of odd and archaic and weird, and I find it all a bit kind of silly now. But I used to. Well, I almost came close to having that lifestyle when I was doing my Orthodox conversion. So I'm not criticising it. I'm glad I didn't go full tilt into that kind of extreme cult version of Judaism, because it's just it's meaningful when you're living it at the time because you're indoctrinated in it, but it's when you're out of it you look at it and go, well, that's a bit silly, isn't it? But it's like all religious practices. If you look at them, from the outside looking in, they all seem very, very ridiculous indeed. And then you start questioning the mind of God and you think, well, is that ridiculous too? Well, no, it's not. But anyway, it's complicated, people. It's very complicated. So me being a hellion, after decades of abuse, going out into the night, dancing wildly, drinking, driving my car is a huge, huge sin. But we can justify anything as humans. So I call my Friday night revelry Oneg Shabbat, celebrating the joy and bliss of my freedom from decades of oppression. Dancing and joyfulness and good sex with a love partner, well, usually your spouse, is permitted. Being as I have no partner, none I would want to be intimately entwined with, then I guess 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I will settle for dancing and joy. I meant driving my car to and from the casino, not drink driving, which I would never do. Because also Orthodox Jews don't drive on the Shabbat either. It's also considered work. Anyway, now I feel like a hypocrite, but my heart still belongs to Hashem, the Holy One, blessed be his or her name. And she or he, I wrote he here, but as I said, God has no gender. So if he has no gender, I'm going to represent both the binary genders, because I can, alright? But anyway, she or he sends me into strange places, makom, and I am always amazed how many other Jews I find in those bizarre places. We may not be traditional Orthodox Jews anymore, if ever, but we know our walk. There are 3 that I know of out every Friday night. One of them asked me to go to Margaret Street Shul one morning on Saturday. I'm fairly sure he was winding me up, but I would have gone with him. If he was serious, I would have gone with him. I was still in my evening clothes, makeup smeared from dancing and sweating. I laughed my tuchus off. Tuchus means ass. The ultra-Orthodox rabbi, who has always treated me with respect and kindness, to you, Rabbi Jaffe, would flip his tzitzit and his fedora if he saw me walk in like that. But it was a fun idea. So on that note, may the Holy One, Adonai, my Lord, bless us with a safe world. May she or he or it remove any threats against our planet. May she or he bring harmony, happiness, healing, and true love to all the earth's inhabitants, Jew and non-Jew, all of us, all human, mortal beings, and all sentient beings, all the animals and birds and all that lives upon this earth. May his countenance continue to smile upon us and bring us to a new paradigm of safety and peace. She or he sustained me and kept me alive for this season for a reason, and although I tremble with terror for the fallen and the horror and the abuse I have personally experienced, and I witness every day going on in this world, I have perfect faith that there will be divine intervention to bring us all to a higher vibration, hopefully without nuclear holocaust. As I am rather fond of this broken body, I am enjoying what is left of my life. Anyway, it is something we each must strive for. Tikkun Olam, healing the world and perfecting it, if not for ourselves, then for the generations that come after us. It's actually a holy convocation to make sure you leave the world a better place for your children and your grandchildren and so on and so forth for eternity, am I right? Live your best life and shine by example and protect your peace, as this wonderful man on Instagram says. Forgot his name, but he's born in Germany and raised in Romania and lived in Norway and has the most amazing hair, and he's wonderful. Scientific savage is his account. Love him. Wonderful, wonderful human being. Protect your peace and leave a legacy for your children and your grandchildren. Well, I've been deprived of my grandchildren due to the COVIDian epoch, so my rage can be heard in all echelons and paradigms across eternity, that was stolen out from under us, my daughters and my own self. So Tikkun Olam also applies to not going along and get along and being compliant with malfeasant anti-humanist paradigms, just saying you know what they were and are. I posted a lovely photo of me looking radiant, about to go dancing, and my friend Terry Collier wrote, "Have fun tonight, lovely." And I replied, "I will endeavour to. Hopefully they don't play techno or house music shite again. If they do, I will go elsewhere." My friend Julie Butler wrote, "Haircut tomorrow, Tanya Aarons. I'll post the new do." And I replied, "Almost ready. Have added my hair beads. Had to wear my gypsy skirt as I have gained 2 kilos. So my sexy wiggle skirt is not happening tonight." Oh, I love that skirt. Man, I looked smoking hot in that skirt. But, 2 kilos on meant I couldn't close the zip anymore and I just looked like sausage meat. So had to give up that dream. But I'll fit that skirt again. But it needs re-dyeing with more black dye because it's a bit washed out now too. But I didn't actually give it away to charity like I normally do when I get too fat for my clothes. I've kept it. That's how much I loved wearing it. So I only have to get back down to 80 kilos or 82 kilos and I'll fit that skirt again. But I've been struggling with overeating the last few weeks because I've been so unwell, so I won't be releasing that weight anytime soon, just saying. I'll just have to be patient, get myself well, and the weight can sort itself out naturally, because when I get weller and I have more energy and exercise more, then it'll hopefully reach some kind of homeostasis. I've stayed at this weight that I'm at now for about 4 years, so, you know, my Bodhisattva armouring, my psychiatrist calls it. He said, how else are you going to heft rogue men and scoundrels over your shoulders? If you get really skinny, you won't have the strength. Oh, I think he might be surprised. My body might be thinner, but I'll still have my wild, rambunctious warrior goddess attitude. But yes, there's a reason why I don't allow myself to get too thin, because I don't like being vulnerable to anyone, but especially aggressors out in the club scene. Anyway, my neighbour's cooking and it smells sort of fishy and it's got a strange scent to it. Normally his food smells wonderful, but I don't like the smell I'm smelling today. Smells of shellfish. At Julie, I'm sure you will look gorgeous, and you do is always uplifting. I always look fabulous until the next day. I have not been blessed with the skills to keep my hair looking good. It is very fine, and like its owner, does whatever it wants, whatever. I missed out on going to ecstatic dance, as with my back pain, I did not think sitting in a circle on the floor would be wise. So I'm dressed and made up early. Spilkers in my tuchus, ants in my pants, pre-dancing cavorting nerves, which means I didn't go to ecstatic dance because of having to sit on the floor, but I was still heading out to the casino, to the live wire bar for my usual Friday night wildness, which I can do standing up, so I didn't have to worry about crawling on the floor for anyone, am I right? I need a drink, lol, cup of tea time. Then I posted a photo of the moon and I wrote, she's not full anymore, waning for the past 2 days, but still so beautiful. August 11th, 2016. Today Beauregard got up on my bed and slept and snuggled beside me. Mushu lay on the right-hand side but out of reach of the dog. It was very gemütlich, cosy and calming. Gemütlich is a German word meaning comfortable or, cosy, or words to that effect, like being at home in your own little nest, all coddled and cuddled and sweet. Beau had spent the last few nights alone, sleeping on the couch, so it was strange he decided he wanted mama time today. He is gnawing on a bone, I need to buy more, and positioned himself at my feet so he can chew and feel close at the same time. Smoochy puppy. Oh, that really smells horrible. What the hell is he cooking? It's the first time I've ever not liked the smell of his cooking. Oh, it's got a horrible sour kind of scent to it. The new hens are doing well. One doesn't digest her grain, so a bit worried about her, but the other 2 are laying eggs. It is nice to have fresh, free-range eggs again. The others are not laying. BB, the bastard buzzard scrub turkey, is currently stealing food. See below. Posted a photo of the turkey in the chicken house stealing their food. Just kind of cute. Like, I wasn't, even though I called him bastard buzzard, I wasn't all that angry with him. You know, you got to do what you got to do to survive, and I had plenty of food to share with all of them. Yee-haw, ships ahoy, here she blows, afternoon storm, loving it. Getting hungry, I'll have to go and chase down food soon myself. Dear goddess. Crystal is currently rehearsing as Miranda in The Tempest in London. I am so proud of her. She played in The Tempest at USQ when she was studying her acting degree. What is it about this family and our love of storms and general wildness? Ralph O'Connor asked, with the Royal Shakespeare Company perhaps, Tanya? And I replied, no, another theatre group. And he replied, still fantastic to be performing Shakespeare in London. And I replied, it is her dream for sure, smiley face. Then I wrote, so tired that my eyes feel like withered, stumpy, shut shells, dry oyster beds of iridescent pearls. Yuck, I abhor shellfish. What disgusting imagery. Lila Tov, good night. Time to treat the trafe to a night of upside-down revelation, schnorring snores, boring gauze, dreams of Moors. Alors, à bientôt. That's French for, oh well, till tomorrow. And yeah, Lila Tov means good night. 11th of August 2015, 10:22 p.m. Home safe. I had a lovely afternoon and evening with Lynn and Peter. Peter cooked spaghetti bolognese for dinner. Lynn and I had our fire in the chimenea. We had a lovely time chatting by the fire. Lynn got 2 bags of fruit and veggies for me. Awesome. This afternoon I had a biopsy taken out of my left shoulder and a skin cancer taken out of my right shoulder. Not in much pain, but he had to give me extra local anaesthetic after I felt the scalpel. Eek. Anyway, that is over now. Hopefully the left shoulder is not cancerous. 11th of August 2013. I planted the new berries and cream mint in the borage. Hopefully the borage will attract more bees to my garden. That is if the schmuck next door hasn't poisoned them all. My lime tree is in full bloom, and I observed 1 bee the other day, which was a happy sight. Should be a lot more than just 1 lousy bee, by the way. But still, you know, the old man that used to live, the old Romanian man used to live across the road, was forever poisoning things and then complaining to me that he got no fruit on he had amazing fruit trees. So I told him he was an idiot because he was poisoning all the bees. I said, how do you expect to have fruit when you're poisoning the very things that, you know, promulgate your fruit, you idiot? He looked at me like he'd never thought about it before. This is a man who claimed to be a vet by profession, like Dumb, Dumb, Dumb and Dumber, or Korsakov's Brain Fried. I can never quite work it out, but I don't think he really was a vet either, to be honest. Not the way he treated that sheep at the end, it was appalling. 11th of August 2014. Suki and Ramon and Socks enjoying the warm winter's sun. And those photos are up on Vocal Media too. Lying in my hammock reading a book and playing with Socks, who was lying beside me while supervising the rabbits who were enjoying playing in the garden, and they nibbling bamboo leaves and rosemary. All is lovely. It really was idyllic. I used to love it when I had to babysit the rabbits occasionally, because they were my grandkids, and I enjoyed having them. They were gorgeous pets. It's a shame my daughter had to relinquish them before she went to live in the UK for 3 years. It's just beyond awful. I was just wishing I had a beautiful man to enjoy the super moon energies with me. I lay down to watch Being Human, and Miss Penny hurled herself into the crook of my arm, smiling and purring uproariously. True love, even if it's provided by a goddess in the form of a cat, is beautiful. Thanks for the humble reminder, Penny. Who needs a man? Laughing my ass off. Sleep. Close my mind to the day's concerns and transport me to my psychedelic other life, where everything is possible. I am loved and supported, and each day brought anew to this physical reality, which is often so very bland in comparison, but where I inhabit the dross gravity of being human. I dance in both worlds, but only in the astral can I dance on air and travel in a millisecond through time and space and meet with fantasy creatures and spirits to glean the wisdom and psychic healing required to hold me down to earth. I look forward to debrief with my spirit mentors again. When did I write that? What year was that? 2014. Powerful, powerful stuff. 11th of August 2011. I posted some lovely photos of a crucifix orchid and my black tulip, which is actually kind of a really, really dark purple. And what else did I have there? Some red tulips. It all looks very lovely. I had a nice day with Jared today. We went to reverse garbage. I bought some sacks for my compost bin and worm farm, 2 buckets with lids and a little hand trolley that came in handy for schlepping the back. Oh, I've been bitten by something. For schlepping the stuff back on the buses, lol. Jared also, lol means laughing out loud, just in case you don't know. Jared had also picked a camellia cutting for me, so I've put honey on the end of it, trimmed it and planted it. Hopefully it takes. Unfortunately it didn't. Then I wrote, can anyone recommend a reasonably priced website to purchase kosher mezuzah scrolls from? I'm thinking Melbourne, Israel, USA. I need at least 2. 1 for the front and back door, but ideally I need 5 more for the bedrooms, living room and kitchen. I'm worried about the expense, but I've just cleansed and prayed over the entire house and property, so I need fresh mezuzot as well. And the beautiful Sally, my beautiful friend Sally, bought me, responding to that request I put out to the universe, bought me 2, 1 for the front and back door. But the scrolls, which are written by rabbis who are scribes, and they're very holy and blessed, wear out after 7 years. So they need replacing, and they're very expensive. The written parchment part is very expensive, and I need 2. So I'll have to do something about that, because that was back in 2011 and it's 13 years by the gods. And it's one of the few things that I'm still very Jewishly superstitious about, is having a mezuzah at the door, front and back door, even though I'm not really an observant Jew in any other way anymore. So it's kind of cute, really, that I still hold on to that. But anyway, when I have extra money, I'll do something about that one day. And And anyway, thus concludes today's readings of even date. It's now 11:39 a.m. almost lunchtime. I had 2 pieces of toast with butter and honey this morning, and like a small rice pudding from leftover rice that I cooked up in the microwave. And I'm still peckish. So yeah, I need to go out. I need to go out hunting for some yummy food. I might go to Aldi and buy some actual things that I can cook up and get myself sorted, because one thing Mama T does not do is hunger or lack of food. That will really send me troppo. So yes, I'll have to deal with that ASAP. And in the meantime, I'm enjoying the beautiful sunshine out here in the garden, and I'm very grateful and I'm very blessed, and I'm feeling very loved by the gods and the angels and the fae and my few truly loving humans that I enjoyed the darts with on Friday night. And I'm feeling quite good today. I move in and out of states depending on how exhausted I am, but yeah, I feel good today. I mean, I had a really good sleep, so that helps. Anyway, Goddess bless you all. Have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in planetary Earth's space-time continuum. And if you're interdimensional or other dimensional, wherever you are, if you're picking up our airwaves, I send out messages of love and joy and bliss and peace and healing, not just for my own hobbit self, but for all of us here on planet Earth. So take good care and choose life and choose to be kind and be happy. Bye from Titania's realm, sacred space.